Hey, happy Hopeful Friday to you. I'm out here in the greenhouse. Come out here to water a little bit today, and I wanted to kind of show you some things about what's going on out here. So it's January 27th today, and I've got some squash and tomatoes and things like that. I just kind of wanted to show you guys. If I can get this and go around here. So one of my favorite over here is strawberries. So we got several ripe strawberries, pretty decent size actually. These are, there's the size of that dude, and I've got several of them along here. The white stuff you see on there is DE. It's a diatomaceous earth, however you say that. It'll keep bugs like ants and things like that from feasting on your strawberries. So I put that on there, but it's organic, so it doesn't give you any trouble. Here's the lime tree, and we got several little limes on there. Here's tomatoes that I just planted, so it's kind of hard to see, but that's a new seedling there coming up. Here's one here. So, you know, for January, just in the ground, they're not in pots or anything like that. Pretty impressed with that. There's a volunteer tomato that came up. And this area here is just mulched. I'm just keeping the weeds out of it until I plant something here. Some of my wife's flowers. We just overwintered out here in the greenhouse. Here is some ancho peppers. I know I've showed you guys some of this before, but it's just pretty impressive that this time of year, let's see if I can find some of the dudes here. This time of year that I've got ancho peppers that are that big. You know, there's one back there. I mean, that dude's 6 inches long. And, you know, buds and blooms all over them. Here's a squash plant. This is a zucchini. There's a squash there. Here's some more volunteer tomatoes. They just come out from seed. Those are cauliflowers. Another squash plant. This is yellow squash, like summer yellow crookneck squash. If I can get around here, we can see it. There's a lot of squash on those. Pretty small. Haven't harvested any off here yet. I just planted this about maybe 3 weeks ago, but pretty impressed with that. That thing went through the 0-degree weather we had. Here's another squash, evidently a climber. And I've never raised this before. I just had some seed and I decided to plant it. I'm gonna try to tell you what, I don't really remember exactly what it was. Well, it's just called winter squash. These are onions that I planted from seed. So they're pretty tight, but we'll thin those out. So like when you buy a bunch of onions and you know there's 25 or 30 in there, you'd be getting like those. So I just planted them from seed. Arugula that needs to be turned back. And it's kind of a salad mix there. And then these are the cane fruit berries. They're not doing anything yet. Strawberries on the other end. And I've had a few bell peppers that overwintered. Kind of small, but they made it. I don't know if I need to trim these back to keep them from overpowering my strawberries or what. And then looks like I've had a bug eating on my tomato. I just planted some tomatoes for the heck of it. There's the other strawberries. Eggplant. This eggplant is going on 3 years old. We overwintered it last year. I planted it in here last spring, and we've harvested a lot of eggplant off of it. I love eggplant parmesan, so we make it a lot. But this dude's loaded up, so we'll have a bunch of those to eat. Of course, the banana trees going crazy like normal. What else have we got? The avocado here. No blooms on it. I don't know if it'll bloom this year. I think that'd be 3 years old or 4, and I'm not sure exactly how old that tree was. This is orange, and it's got quite a few oranges on it. I'm pretty tickled. It was pretty close. You can see the wall there. It was pretty close to the wall in that really cold snap that we had. There's another a little bit bigger there. And so I was a little bit concerned that it might have got too cold because it had blooms on it at the time. But I think it's gonna be okay. These are cantaloupe. Getting ready to go to town there. This is cantaloupe there as well, they're blooming. This is grapefruit. I love grapefruit. No blooms on this guy yet, but it's growing really well. Like, you see all the new buds. So, pretty happy about that. This has not bloomed anything yet. Oh, clementine. Couldn't remember what it was. So maybe this year on that as well. And then the lemon tree, Meyer lemon. I've got a lot of lemons bloomed on here. These are all little lemons and loaded. I'll have to trim some of those off if they all make it. And then the one that I haven't harvested yet. I had one of those, really good. We had 2 from last year. And then the other thing that we did was, you can see, we put kind of a weed barrier in here. And I can poke some holes in that if I want to plant some other stuff on the floor, but it's really hard to keep the weeds under control because having a dirt floor and having just the optimum growing environment, man, they just kind of got away from me. So anyway, this has got kind of long on me, so just wanted to come by and wish you guys a happy Hopeful Friday. Hope y'all have a great weekend. And from the greenhouse, just wanted to kind of check in and show you what we're doing. All right, we'll catch you down the road.